Clap 4. Please be seated. Good evening. I'm Julie Greeny, Assistant Principal for the Class of 2024. Thank you. Superintendent of Schools, members of the Board of Education, district administrators, faculty, parents, relatives, friends, and members of the Class of 2024. Good evening and welcome to the 67th Annual Commencement Ceremony for Grace Memorial. Good evening. I'm about to try it again. Good evening, and welcome to the 67th Annual Commencement Ceremony for Granby Memorial High School. At this time, we kindly ask that you silence all cell phones. Please abstain from approaching the graduates during the ceremony, as this is a distraction from the very special occasion we have. There are professional photographers on hand to take 2 very special close-up shots. At the conclusion of the commencement ceremony, we ask that everyone please remain seated in their seats until all graduates have left the stadium field. They're going to go around the perimeter and head towards the soccer field. The class of 2024 is now present and prepared for tonight's commencement ceremony. Officially opening tonight's ceremony, I am so pleased to introduce Grace Evangelista and Brandon Klein.
I am pleased and proud to ask you to join us in our Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand and turn to the flagpole to the right of the graduates. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing as the chamber singers sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. On behalf of our high school administrators, we'd like to take a moment to recognize our faculty, our staff members, parents, and guardians who worked so intensely in preparing for this commencement ceremony. Thank you also to the parents and guardians who have coordinated and will be supervising the after-graduation party tonight, and to those members of the community that make it possible to host such a safe event. At this time, I would like to call upon Alyssa Makowski, Charles Orlick, and Chase Alexander, who would like to acknowledge very special groups of people in our audience this evening.
Good evening. Thank you for coming to celebrate the graduation of Granby Memorial Class of 2024. My name is Alyssa Makowski, and I'm speaking on behalf of our class to recognize the teachers and staff that have affected all students that are sitting here today. I would love to make this speech personal to my own education because there have been so many teachers that have influenced my life, mindset, perspective, outcome, and worldview. However, all of the students at Granby Memorial High School have been impacted and inspired by these teachers as well. The Granby Public School System has educators that care about their students and the quality of their education. As we embrace our future challenges, we will remember the lessons, cherish the memories, and never lose sight of the core values you have all instilled in us. Thank you.
At this time, we ask all parents and guardians of graduating students to please stand. On behalf of the class of 2024, I would like to extend a sincere thank you to all of the parents and guardians whose love and guidance has allowed us to be here today. We appreciate your support at athletic events, plays, concerts, and everything in between. We could not be here today without the time and effort you have devoted to our success throughout the years. We owe our future to your past efforts. Thank you.
I would like to ask all of the grandparents in the audience to please stand. On behalf of the high school class of 2024, I would personally like to thank you. Thank you for everything that you have done here today. Whether you live near or far, you have always been there for us to help however you could. Your continued love has touched us all, and we will continue to be touched by love and support for our
At this time, I am very pleased to introduce you to Patrick Liss, one of our seniors.
Thank you, Ms. Graney. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty members, proud family and friends, and of course, the exceptional graduates of the class of 2024, welcome. As we gather here tonight for this celebration, I have the honor and the absolute privilege to introduce the one only Mr. Bukowski, best known as Mr. Bick. Mr. Bick is not just an exceptional math teacher here at GMHS, but is a beacon of dedication to education that transcends the confines of his classroom. His passion and enthusiasm for teaching integrals to seniors in AP Calculus at 7:35 in the morning or trigonometric functions to students in pre-calc remain consistent day in and day out. Back in February of my junior year, I sat down with my guidance counselor to discuss senior year courses and immediately knew that I wanted to take Mr. Bick's class again, even if it was going to be more difficult than an alternative option. Needless to say, AP Calculus seemed like a tricky mountain to climb, but at the end of the day, Mr. Bick made sure that it was just a small bump in the road. Outside of the classroom, Mr. Bick, or Coach Bick, is an exceptional golf coach who has instilled in his athletes the values of discipline, perseverance, patience, and respect, shaping not only their athletic abilities, but also their character. With nearly 30 golfers this year, he made sure that team members, whether it was their first year playing or if they were a returning player, had the opportunity to get out on the course and become immersed in the game. I played baseball my freshman year, but switched to golf after a pretty unsuccessful season, which consisted of very few hits. Very, very few hits. Yeah, I didn't have one hit the whole season. Hands down, making the switch was one of the best decisions of my life. While I was certainly not the best golfer, Coach Bick did what he always does. He used his positive approach, giving me small tips here and there that made huge changes to my game and helped me to inspire a love and passion for golf. Not to mention, he's a really fantastic golfer. For example, he made a hole-in-one at practice this year and nonchalantly told me in class the next day as if it wasn't a big deal. Beyond the calculators and the putters, Mr. Bick has woven the tapestry of our memories together as the creative force behind our cherished yearbook, as he single-handedly took over this major responsibility for the first time this year. His attention to detail and artistic vision have immortalized countless memories of joy, triumph, and camaraderie, ensuring that our journey through Granby Memorial will be remembered for years to come. It is not just his impressive resume that sets Mr. Bick apart, but his unwavering kindness, understanding, and support that distinguish him not only as a teacher, but also as a human being. Whether it's offering support to math students in a study hall or after school, giving words of encouragement on the golf course, or recounting his ridiculous but true stories, which somehow are always backed by video evidence, Mr. Bick is someone we looked forward to seeing each day and someone who we will deeply miss. Today, as we stand on the threshold of a new chapter in our lives, let us draw inspiration from the incredible Mr. Bick. Let us embrace the lessons he has imparted, the memories he has crafted, and the friendships he has nurtured. For in Mr. Bick, we find not only a teacher, coach, and yearbook editor, but a guiding light whose impact extends far beyond the walls of our school and our community. Mr. Bick has made such a monumental impact in so many of our lives, and I'm thankful that I've had him as a mentor and that I can call him a friend. As we embark on this journey of reflection, gratitude, and celebration, please join me in welcoming up Mr. John Bukowski.
Thank you, Patty Liss. You are one of the most honorable students I've ever taught in like 30 years. Before I start, I just wanted to mention this. When you guys were coming down the stairs, it was so nice to see all your smiling faces, because I thought when I met you, I wasn't allowed to. I wasn't even allowed to see the frowny ones. So seeing you all here today with the smiles on is just, it's great. I was thinking it was so weird when we met because we got to know each other so well, but we never got to see each other's faces. It was like some weird Netflix thing without all the dating and mushy stuff. But it is good to see you. And now I'm going to channel my Lucas Scotto energy and begin. Good evening to all the families, faculty, members of the school board, my wife and daughter, and my mom, who's at home watching this on the YouTube. And especially, of course, the graduates. Well, it's been a rewarding but very exhausting year. Some of you may be thinking, it was an exhausting 12 years, but you made it. We made it. I don't get how you had all the energy. People like Alyssa Bordenaro, Addie Earl, Ojan Headley, Chaz Orluck, and many, many others all day in school, and then sports all evening, and trying to squeeze in time for life and homework. I'm in awe of you because I felt a taste of your lives this year. 7 in the morning to 6 at night, I'm with people, and then home to my wife, who encouraged me with great food and words like, "You can do it. It's Tuesday, which means it's almost Friday. See you on the other side." After dinner, she had her master's to work on, and I had my schoolwork and Thomas Kennedy recommendations, and we would focus until we couldn't keep our eyes open. Forget comfort zone. We were in the twilight zone. And then I went to your prom. Fun times were everywhere. I just made it through the ice cream buffet. I still had chocolate on my face. I didn't care. And the unexpected announcement came over the speakers. This year's graduation speaker will be Mr. Big. Yeah! I thought, oh boy, it stinks for that guy. Wait a minute, I'm that guy. I immediately felt like Wile E. Coyote as he stepped off the cliff into the abyss with his little sign, "Help me." I locked eyes with Mia Baffy, and her expression told me, "Mr. Big, this is the river view. That means there is a river nearby. Find it, get in it, and swim away now." If it wasn't for the empathy of this graduating class, I would still be swimming this very evening. But your constant kindness and encouragement really helped me through my initial panic. Isaac Abrahamson and Ryan Hughes were so concerned for me, they suggested we cancel the final exam and just play Kahoot. Preferably a Kahoot about SpongeBob. But then a small angel that may have actually been Caroline Hall appeared on my shoulder and said, "Mr. Big, a real genius would never do that." Great, now I'm hallucinating. Don't get me wrong. Of course, this is a great honor, but it's also absolutely terrifying. But guess what? I'm a buttercup because I'll suck it up. For you. Because that's what we do for the people we care about. I want my focus to be on you, but how? I'm no Taylor Swift, but wouldn't it be memorable if Taylor stopped her concert to say, "Hey, Luke ran a car. Here's an idea. You'll be the prince and I'll be the princess." Or how about Miss Jig's idea that I should be like Oprah and give away as many cars as I can? India Houghton, you get a car. Patrick Gilton, you get a car, and so on. The always helpful Grace Evangelista sincerely told me, "Don't worry about the speech. I will come sit with you and we can write it together." And then came Jesse Novotny with a similar, very sweet offer. But you both gave me the idea I wanted. I just started asking all of you what you wanted. Well, you wanted fun and not philosophy, merriment over message, silly instead of sad and serious. The general consensus was, we don't care too much about what you say, just be yourself. Your presence alone is inspirational. I put that last part in myself because it made me feel good. Andrew Meyer said, quote, "Keep it short and sweet, just like you," end quote. Again, the last part I wrote. Then it came to me. Maybe we can just have fun if I share some of your specific suggestions. Somebody wanted a poem with all of your names in it. You got it. Miss LaPlante will read it to you later. Many of you wanted me to sing you a song. Yeah, that's not happening. Besides, the only one that came to mind was this little tune. We've known each other for so long. And that was the moment the senior class realized, oh man, we just got rickrolled. You're welcome. Another suggestion was, do a backflip off the stage like Aiden Barbie would. And we will all help you get into the ambulance. That sounds fun. Someone else said, quote, Mr. Big, can you do that awkward thing where you try to be funny, but it isn't actually funny, so it turns out to be really funny? Thank you very much. Someone's going to be happy today. How about this one? You could just yell, let's go Bears, and then do a guitar solo, and then smash the guitar, and then do a burnout in your car. I'm just too tired for all of that. Here's a classic. We don't even care if you do a dance with your head stuffed into a watermelon. Well, that's ridiculous. You guys know I can't dance. I did experiment with the watermelon part, though, at the Windsor Price Chopper. I'm not allowed to shop there anymore. So I've got that going for me. And finally, here's one I didn't even understand. Quote, Dear Mr. Bick, can you do the speech in that goofy voice that makes you sound like you love math and only math? Please don't be offended. Why would I be offended?
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. That's ridiculous, people. I really do love mathematics, though.
By the way, several of you told me to use ChatGPT. So I took all of your suggestions and I popped them in there. Graduation, watermelon, Alyssa and Jeb's rubber duckies, free cars, kindness, guitar solos, and it crashed. I think it's broken. College will now be more difficult for millions of people. I am so sorry. We ruined AI, but we did it together. What stood out for me was how many of your favorite memories involved each other. Michaela Munson said, she will always remember your daily positivity. I saw this at the senior outing when every competition took 3 times longer because you would all stop after every point to hug each other or shake hands. Even Water Wars had camaraderie and cooperation. Bosco and Cy and the Samolis sisters decided to call it quits and have a truce and split the prize rather than hide in the bushes for 2 more weeks. Carolina Gentile remembers how you all took care of each other. I saw this at the prom when Ellie Belarjan and Miss Shackner took care of Brady's medical emergency by comforting him with humor and compassion while everyone else tried to run away. And apparently, Thomas Sigmund took care of all of you when he brought more water to the senior skip and slide. And he slipped his way into a standing ovation. So what's the point of all this? For me, 2 of the most important things I value in life: kindness and humor. I felt taken care of by your class. Your kindness saved me. Together, we used humor to ease my stressful situation. You took the time to make my life better. So remember, when life gets heavy, you have the power to make it lighter. And when life gets gloomy, you have the power to make it brighter. Kindness is always rewarding to those who receive it, but kindness can also be very rewarding to those who ripple it out there. Win-win. Mr. Hansen was absolutely right when he got you to chant, I believe that we will win. I believe you will, because I appreciate you, and I'm proud of you, and I will miss you. Though our time together is more than likely over, realize that you will remain forever in my memories, just like Granby will be forever a part of you. Of course, I have to leave you with one last pathetic dad joke, but I need the help from our graduating friend Gervasio. Where is he? Could you stand up, please? On the count of 3, I just want you to sit down as quickly as you can. 1, 2, 3. And that was my mic drop.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bukowski. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce the chamber singers who will sing I Wish You Love.
I wish you bluebirds in the spring to give your heart a song to sing, and then a kiss, but more than this,
I wish you love.
I wish you love, and in July a lemonade to cool you in some leafy glade. I wish you health and more than wealth. I wish you love, I wish you love. My breaking heart and I agree that you and I could never be. So with my best, my very best,
I set you free.
I set you free. I wish you shelter from the storm, a cozy fire to keep you warm. But most of all, when snowflakes fall, I wish you love.
My breaking heart and I agree that you and I could never be. So with my best, my very best, I set you free.
I set you free. I wish you shelter from the storm, a cozy fire to keep you warm. But most of all, when snowflakes fall,
I wish you love.
love,
I wish you love. I wish you love.
I wish you love.
Thank you. That was just lovely. A very special academic award is made to a graduating senior who, in the opinion of the faculty of an entire department, has demonstrated unusual and meritorious achievement in all aspects of study in that particular department for 4 years. The colors presented to selected students will be presented by the department's coordinator or representative. At this time, will the department scholars for the class of 2024, along with the department representative, please approach the stage. In the art department, Ms. Hecht presents the multi-blue scholar cord to Asher Lakota. Asher, come on back. That's okay. In the business department, Ms. Clark presents the green and gold scholar cord to Alyssa Makowski. In family and consumer science, Ms. Clark presents the royal blue scholar cord to Carolina Gentile. And in the technology department, Ms. Clark presents the maroon and gold scholar cord to Eric Myers. In the English department, Ms. Weiser presents the white scholar cord to Grace Jennings. In the math department, Ms. Nevins presents the blue and gold scholar cord to Brian Rooney. In the science department, Ms. Schreiber presents the black and gold scholar cord to Brian Rooney. In the music department, Mr. Bailey presents the light blue scholar cord to Mackenzie Jansky. In the wellness department, Mr. Hansen presents the green scholar cord to Andrew Meyer. In the social studies department, Mr. Scudder presents the orange scholar cord to Chase Alexander. And in the world language department, Ms. Goyette presents the red scholar cord to Gabriela de los Reyes. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the department scholars for the class of 2024. Please welcome to the podium our principal, Mike Dunn.
Thank you, Mrs. Greeny. It is wonderful to see you all tonight, especially to all of our graduates. This, I told them today, was going to be a great day, but it's actually a perfect day. It is the second time today that many of them I've seen in their caps and gowns after our wonderful parade through Kelly Lane and Wells Road. And Mr. Bick, I want to give a quick shout out to you for that wonderful speech. You know someone is a very talented dad joker when they can just do it on the spot. So a little bit ago, I received a text from a friend of mine and a friend of many here, Granby Bear extraordinaire and meteorologist Brad Field, who was basically saying, don't worry, there's a slight cell of showers passing to our south, but there's nothing to fear. And I saw Mr. Bukowski, and I said that I had a text from Brad Field, and he said, was it a good message or a Brad message? That's talent. So I'd first like to recognize a very special group of people, our secretarial, custodial, technology, and security staff who work so hard to make tonight's event and all our events not only possible, but magical. Class of 2024, and our entire Granby community. Please join me in expressing our thanks to these vital teammates upon whom we rely so very much. Before I introduce the salutatorian and valedictorian for the class of 2024, would all members of the World Language Honor Society please stand and be recognized for your scholarship, character, leadership, and service. Now would all members of the National Honor Society please stand to be recognized for your scholarship, character, leadership, and service. Thank you. And now, as principal of Granby Memorial High School, I'm proud to ask all students committed to serve in the United States military after graduation to please stand and be recognized for your character, leadership, patriotism, and service to our nation. Thank you, Brody, and all who serve. Congratulations to this high-achieving class with a significant percentage of students whose GPAs exceed 4.0. That was not a thing in my day. And many of whose transcripts of grades, as is the case with our salutatorian and valedictorian, contain only one letter, which is a vowel, with most with little plus signs next to them. This is certainly the case with our salutatorian for the class of 2024, who even has those little pluses in most of the mind-boggling 10 AP classes this student has taken. Described as a gifted scholar, community-minded, driven but compassionate, and humble, this student somehow found time to volunteer through her church, play trombone in our symphonic, pep, and jazz bands, contribute to our field hockey team, and even win medals in archery. A member and host for our Spanish exchange, she not only earned the seal of biliteracy with Spanish, but also took the initiative to teach herself Portuguese. Because, you know, por qué no? In the words of one of her teachers, who does that? Well, she does. And she's co-captain of our girls' varsity tennis. And just last month was selected as our CIAC Scholar Athlete. And because she's entering UConn this fall to study pre-med, she used her capstone to research burnout and mental health challenges among medical professionals. It gives me great pride to present the salutatorian medal to this departmental award winner in math and science and our department scholar in English. Always a bear and now a husky, Grace Jennings. Now it gives me great pride and pleasure to announce the valedictorian of the class of 2024. This student has earned the respect of peers and teachers as a humble leader, in addition to being an academic powerhouse who also excelled in multiple AP classes, and with a transcript that also reads like getting your throat checked by the doctor. Think about that one for a second. Earning meritorious achievement in math, music, science, and social studies, and the department awards in English and in AP Capstone, She has also been a leading contributor on our chamber singers and all-state treble choir, and has graced our stage as a finalist in our Poetry Out Loud contests and a member of our GMHS Drama Club. But what makes this exceptional student stand out is her commitment to her involvement in activities to make her world a better place, including through National Honor Society, 4-H Club, From the Ground Up, SAFE, and as a camp counselor at the Nourish My Soul camp. It is no surprise that she plans to pursue a career wherein she can follow her passion for environmental issues and educate people to make a difference in our world. Congratulations to this fine scholar and Granby Bear, who also recently received the Connecticut Association of Boards of Education Leadership Award. Look out, University of New Hampshire. Here comes Caroline Hall.
It gives me great pleasure this evening to introduce to you our symphonic band, who will perform the musical senior selection entitled Fate of the Gods, conducted by Mr. Bailey. Enjoy. That was just outstanding. Thank you so much, Symphonic Band. Let's give another round of applause. I think we pushed those rain clouds away. Each year, a member of the senior class is selected based on their literary ability to capture the spirit of the senior class in words. It is my pleasure to invite Griffin Perro to the podium to deliver the student address.
Good afternoon, members of the Board of Education, administrators, teachers, family members, and especially the class of 2024. I would not be on this stage today if I hadn't made a really scary decision 4 years ago. At that time, I was in another town and school district, and I won't say too much because this is a day for celebration, but put simply, that town and school did not love me. I was pretty intensely bullied for my identity in that other school, so much so that eventually it was no longer safe for me to go to school in my hometown. So my mother sat me down one day to tell me about a new school, and it may sound surprising, but my first answer was no. I told her that starting at a new school where I knew nobody sounded horrifying, and I had no guarantee that the people there would be different than the people at my old school. Richard Kadri said, "When you're born in a burning house, you think the whole world is on fire." Fast forward to my first day at GMHS in 2021, when I found out that it isn't. I had my face buried in a map of the school, trying to figure out where to go. The one time I talked was to ask somebody what a rotunda was, and why everyone was always just standing around it. I eventually was tapped on the shoulder by a smiling student in my grade who asked if I needed help finding my next class. He looked like someone who wouldn't have offered me help at my old school. And so my very first thought was, he's playing some sort of a joke on me. I genuinely was not aware that people my age could be empathetic, decent human beings until I came here. That small act of kindness meant more to me than that student ever could have known. That day, and throughout the That day, and throughout the rest of my years at GMHS, I met the most welcoming, compassionate, inviting group of people. People who accepted me as my authentic self. People I never would have known if I hadn't made that scary decision to start over 4 years ago. I had no guarantee that this would end up good, just hope. While writing this, thinking about my past and that decision I made, I was searching the internet and found an article about other people's biggest regrets. The vulnerable decisions they wish they would have made so that they wouldn't have to wonder, what if my life could have been different? The article was written by Bronnie Ware, who worked as a hospice nurse. She began writing down her patients' stories that they'd share in their last moments, always including various regrets. After years went by, patterns arose, and she sorted them out into 5 categories. Number 1, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. 2, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. 3, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. 4, I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. And 5, I wish I had let myself be happier. Luckily, we're not at those final moments of our life, but we are ending a big chapter and beginning a new one, and we have time to avoid or correct these regrets. All of us do. If you're sitting here today, you have time. I urge you to make the decisions that terrify you, because you don't get a second time around. These realizations are uncomfortable, but eventually they'll make you see what really matters. You realize that you realize that you can't measure your life by your GPA, your SAT score, how many clubs you were president of or teams you were captain of. You can't measure a fulfilled life by party invites or likes and comments and followers. And no, you cannot measure your life by your Snap score. None of these things made the list of top 5 regrets. The things that did are the realizations that come to us when we realize that none of this is guaranteed to us forever. That may seem grim or cliche. I know life is too short is something we hear pretty often. But I think we hear it so often because we commit ourselves to forgetting it, to escaping the discomfort. We as a culture are so deeply rooted in escapism and avoidance. We are deeply rooted in don't feel the scary feeling, and here are all the external things offered to you so that you don't feel the scary feeling. I mean, how many of you have betrayed a desire because you were so wrapped up in what other people would think of you? How often have you laughed off a dream of yours and said maybe in another life, as if you had more than one? What you need to know is that these feelings are not telling you, this will not last forever, so leave. They are telling you, this will not last forever, so stay, and hold on tight while you still can. You can start today. You may not see a lot of these people again, so leave nothing unspoken. You have time. Thank that teacher that meant so much to you. Send out that text to that friend you haven't talked to in a while. Go change your college major to pursue your dream career. We literally haven't started yet. Take the pictures. Say I love you. Give the awkward hug. Give the compliment. Wouldn't it be nice if on a daily basis we said the types of things we wrote to each other in the yearbooks and graduation cards? If we stopped saving our vulnerability for special occasions? Be the person who cares too much, who's too eager and too compassionate or too bold. Vulnerability is not weakness. I promise you, the most beautiful moments and precious accomplishments of your life will not come from playing it safe or playing it cool. Our brains are hardwired to protect us from rejection and failure. So these decisions and these behaviors to push through our fear and make the most of our one life feel hard and scary. But it's not as hard or as scary as getting to the end of our lives and having to ask ourselves, what if I had just been a little bit braver? Because the braver we are, the luckier we get. Congratulations, GMHS class of 2024. Thank you for welcoming me.
Now that is a hard act to follow. Wow. Griffin, thank you so, so much. That just says it all about who we are. And I'm so, so proud of that speech and proud of you and all of what you just said. Whew. Okay. I'll just do what I wrote. Okay. So class of 2024, this is the part where I as principal present you by saying things about you. So I'm very proud to say a few words about you as I present you for graduation. So a couple of Saturdays ago, I get a text from Mr. Maltesi that our baseball game is delayed because of an unexpected visit, a mother bear and her cub. Now, just to be clear, as principal and chief safety officer for this school, I need to be crystal clear that when a wild bear shows up on one of our fields, they play for us. A few days later, two more, one sniffling some yummy trash outside our foods room, and another later that day rummaging through our softball dugout. No mascot anywhere fits better than the Granby Bear. So tonight, as we celebrate the class of 2024, we should clarify what we mean. Full disclosure, for the first time ever as principal, yes, I took to ChatGPT before Bic crashed it, but for research only on how bears are personified in books and movies. It wrote back, "Bloop. Bears are frequently depicted as gentle creatures embodying warmth and friendship like Winnie the Pooh or Corduroy, or wise protective figures who offer guidance and safety like Baloo, or adventurous heroes facing challenges like Paddington and Brother Bear." I was going to do that in a British accent because that's how they always sound in the movies, but I can't really do that. Then I asked about the characteristics of real bears, and it replied, "Bloop. Resourceful, adaptive, and fiercely protective of their own." So gentle, warm, wise, adventurous, resourceful, adaptive, and fiercely protective of their own. Not too shabby, ChatGPT. But I still don't think that covers it. And there's one trait above all that sums up what it means to be a Granby Bear. But I'll come back to that. First, let's talk about you. You, class of 2024, have excelled in the classroom, raised thousands for local food banks, been best buddies, earned awards in chorus and band and DECA, and Halo Awards in drama. On these fields, you've been all conference, all state, and all New England. And through your capstones, you've researched social media's effect on mental health, inclusive settings for students with disabilities, food insecurity, and protection of endangered species. You've persevered through challenges, spoken out against racism, and looked out for each other. In a word, you've been Granby Bears because, as Griffin pointed out, you've cared. And that's made all the difference. AI can answer many questions, but in the end, AI can never not truthfully say, "Bloop, bloop, I really don't care." And we should never forget that the highest intelligence of all is right here, that the essence of what it means to be a human and a Granby Bear is to care. And that's the only thing that will save our species and our planet. Granby Bears of 24, tonight we celebrate your successes in the classroom and on these fields, but what we celebrate most is how and when you've cared. Enough to work hard through hard things, to seek the truth beyond the TikTok, to use your tools to build up rather than tear down, to empty yourself for something larger, even your capstone causes, to cross that invisible boundary separating tables with groups from where someone is sitting alone. And when you've cared less about seeing who likes what post and more about really seeing those who often go unseen. Caring is golden rule, not just silver rule. Silver is just not doing to others what we don't want them to do to us. But caring requires that extra step into another's shoes and actually making your own day greater by making someone else's better. Even thinking thoughts as simple as, let's do this class activity outside so as not to make an extra mess for our custodians. That's for you, Ellie. And it's your teachers and staff who have always shown you how to care like Granby Bears, teaching you at Kearns how to fill someone's bucket, taking the Kelly kids out to make snow families, combining 2 schools into one at Wells Road, finding virtual ways to celebrate you at GMMS when a pandemic canceled your DC trip, and educators like Mr. Bick and like Mrs. Greeny, who is also graduating from GMHS, caring Granby Bears extraordinaire. Granby Bears of 24, ultimately what it means to care like a Granby Bear is to simply keep practicing the core values on our banners that challenge each of us to continue to seek to understand the world, others, and ourselves, work to the best of our ability, especially when challenged. Keep open minds, especially when we disagree. Treat others with kindness and recognize our work, our words and actions matter. Not too shabby core values. Bears of 24, keep practicing this until there's no need of others your enlarged hearts can't care about, no challenge your stretched comfort zones can't take on, and you will keep saving our species and our planet one graduated Granby Bear at a time. Congratulations. And now I'd like the entire community gathered here to join me in saying to you something that is often said on this field. On 3, go Bears. 1, 2, 3. Go Bears! Superintendent Burke, it gives me great pleasure to present the Granby Bears of the class of 2024 and welcome you to the podium. Thank you.
Congratulations, students and families. This is a momentous occasion for us all. Students, this milestone in life is one that you will hold on to for a lifetime. It's a moment to reflect on your days in elementary school, middle school, and now high school. The ups and downs, the heartbreak, the friendships, the disappointments, and the celebrations. All of it has molded you into the person that you are today. As you walk across this stage and embark on the next chapter of your life, we are so proud of you. Parents, teachers, family, and friends, you too were a part of this journey, supporting, encouraging, and guiding the graduates to this very moment. Your influence
is tremendously important because we know that going it alone is a much harder climb. When you are surrounded by people that love and support you, anything is possible. We thank you. Seniors, give your supporters a round of applause. For me, today also marks a milestone. I have almost completed my first year as the superintendent of Granby Public Schools. Thank you. I am happy to say, in the very short time that I have had with this graduating class, I have gotten to know you. Your energy is positive, your passions are deep, and your futures are bright. At the start of this year, I stood before the Granby staff and I challenged them to meet adversity with a positive mindset, to believe in themselves as change makers, and to always be kind. I echo these same sentiments for you, our class of 2024. Kindness is at the heart of everything that we strive to promote in our school district. Kindness is not being nice. Being nice is about making someone feel good for the moment. Being kind is about knowing what is needed. You are aware, you're alert, you're ready to impact someone else's life that supports their future self. To quote one of my favorite people, Taylor Swift, no matter what happens in life, I hear the groans. No, I'll start again. One of my most favorite people, Taylor Swift. Thank you very much. And my bracelets. No matter what happens in life, be good to people. Being good to people is a wonderful legacy to be behind. At our opening ceremony, I presented each teacher in Granby schools with a hand-painted rock. The rock represented our theme for the year, Let Kindness Ripple. By passing along a kindness rock to every teacher, they were inspired to either keep the rock for themselves or pass it on as a sign of kindness and gratitude to someone that needed the inspiration. Tonight, after you receive your diploma, you will be presented with a hand-painted kindness rock and a personal note that has been crafted especially for you by a Granby staff member. This is a token of the Granby Public Schools letting kindness ripple as you go out into the world and spread kindness. Be kind to yourself and to the others that you encounter. In your honor, we have designed a new rock garden on the GMHS campus right outside the community gym entrance. Graduates, you may choose to keep your rock as a memento of your time here in Granby, or I encourage you to place the rock in the garden for others to enjoy. For many years to come, the Granby community may take a rock or leave a rock in honor of the class of 2024 and to let kindness ripple in our wonderful community. I wish you all the best in your future. Represent Granby well, and remember, kindness is a superpower. Embrace it. Ms. Logan and Ms. Weber and the Granby Board of Education, it gives me a sense of pride and enthusiasm to present to you one of the greatest classes in the history of Granby Public Schools. Granby Memorial High School class of 2024. These students have fulfilled all of the necessary graduation requirements to receive a diploma from Granby Public Schools. Ladies and gentlemen, I am now pleased to introduce Ms. Rosemarie Weber, Granby Board of Education, member and former chair, who will present the board's congratulatory remarks.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Granby Public School community. Good evening to our superintendent, who is enjoying her first high school graduation here in Granby, one of many more, I hope. To Principal Dunn and his staff, to our teachers, and most importantly, good evening to our family, friends, and the graduates of the class of 2024. I am so honored to stand before you this evening to deliver the remarks on behalf of the Board of Education. And I want to extend a personal thank you to our board chair, Monica Logan, who would normally deliver these remarks. Mrs. Logan graciously ceded this opportunity to me, knowing my special connection to this class, and I am grateful. I also want to acknowledge another board chair who passed away this week. Cal Hemingway was on the Granby Board of Education for 32 years and spent about half of that time as Granby board chair. During that time, he was a staunch supporter of high standards in education and a deep love for the work of the Granby Public Schools. There are so many significant contributions that Cal made to Granby Public Schools. Full-day kindergarten, world languages, too many to list tonight. After his retirement from the board, he joined the Granby Education Foundation and remained an active advocate for Granby Public Schools, visiting our Board of Education meeting just last month. Please join me in thanking him for his leadership and dedication. Thank you. And now back to you. You might think that my special connection with this class stems from my son being a member of this class, but you would only be partially correct. You see, when you walked through the doors of Kearns Primary School some 13 years ago, I had just started my tenure on the Board of Education, give or take an election cycle. We grew together here in Granby, you as a student, me as a board member, and while I didn't have a front row seat, maybe a third row seat, to nervously watch how the decisions that we made on the board impacted your education, I know that the next part of your life's journey, I won't be able to watch. Because Granby Public Schools is not the place where you live. It is the place where you launch. So I wonder, how will I ever know what wonderful people you will become and what contributions you will make to our world? Well, thankfully, you've given me a little preview. You see, in preparing my remarks, I opened your yearbook to reminisce about how much you've all grown. And I read your senior quotes, all of them, multiple times. And I have to say, you've given me a glimpse of the intelligent, driven, and funny people that you are. You selected quotes from the greats, like Emerson, Whitman, Tay-Tay Swift, Drake, there you go, and 50 Cent's popularly pronounced 50 Cent. Thank you. You give me great hope that we have done our job and your future is bright. Now, I don't know how many of you shared your quotes with your families, and although all of them are pretty special, in the interest of time, I'd like to share just a few of my personal favorites. Caroline quotes, "Never doubt that a small community of committed citizens can change the world. It's all that ever has." And I think I see one standing before me. Tiana writes, "One day I have to win. That's why I try again." Never stop trying, Tiana. You will win more times than you can imagine. Alexa wrote, "Nothing in life is impossible. All you gotta do is take the first step. And in the words of Rory Gilmore and Michaela, I'm gonna kick butt, just wait and see. Now, Sid, wherever you are, yours was a pretty awesome quote from Walt Whitman. I sound my barbaric yelp over the rooftops of the world. If you haven't already done so, watch With Honors, a great movie from the 90s. And feel free to give us a barbaric yelp at any time during this speech. Ojan quoted the former resident, did I get one? Ojan quoted the former resident of Farmington, Connecticut, known as 50 Cent. People often say I have so much energy that I never stop, but that's what it takes to accomplish your goals. From the first time I met Ojan in Mrs. Wilkins' kindergarten class, I can attest that he has a lot of energy, and he will accomplish great things. Here's another favorite. Lazy people do a little work and think they should be winning. But winners work as hard as possible and still worry if they're being lazy. Thomas, I think I might hang this one somewhere conspicuous. Mason, I too selected a quote from Emerson for my high school quote, but I think I like yours better. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and lead a trail. Here's another. Don't live someone else's dream. Find your own. Gabriella, this is life's greatest adventure. Keon wrote, every choice is a step toward or away from your goal. What will you choose? I will add the words from the greatest wizard of our time, Albus Dumbledore. It is our choices more than our talents that show who we really are. Here is one from my fellow board member and the person you said was most likely to be president, Chase. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Alyssa, I appreciate your humbleness. Never let success get to your head and never let failure get to your heart. Zoe, you quoted from the heroine of one of my favorite books, The Help. You was kind, you was smart, you was important. Zoe, both you and Miss Abeline are correct. Here is a quote that made me laugh. God knew I would be too powerful if I could do math. Me too, Jenna, me too. Aiden and Brian, I found your quotes to be both amusing and confusing, so maybe we can unpack that another time. And finally, Michael gives us some parting words that I need to take back to my fellow board members. Michael wrote, fix the rotunda. Okay, Michael. Okay, Michael, we'll see what we can do. Maybe we can find a spot for you on the building committee. What you tell us through the quotes you've selected is that you are dedicated, hardworking, brave leaders who are kind and humble and have a great sense of humor. Our future is bright, and I congratulate you in advance for the great things you are going to do in life. So good luck and show them what you got. Thank you. Please welcome Principal Dunn back to the podium for the awarding of the diplomas.
Thank you, Mrs. Weber. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2024 is now ready to receive their diplomas. As principal, it is with great pride that I present the Granby Memorial High School class of 2024.
All right. Here we go. Alyssa Lynn Makowski. Grace Lynn Evangelista. Chase Alexander. Charles Hinson Orluck. Patrick James Liss. Brandon Harrison Klein. Isaac Johannes Abrahamson. Robert P. Anderson. William Attanese. Eleanor Gail Belargin. Aiden Barbie. Damian Nicholas Bazile. Madeline Rose Bennett. Joseph Arthur Charles Benoit. Mia Isabella Boffey. Your hand. Jeb Bogley. Nathan Bach. Alyssa Marie Bordenaro. Jacob Bosco. Emma Lily Anna Boucher. Lucas William Braun. Jacob D. Burnham. Megan Elizabeth Cassavant. Harrison Joseph Cashman. Noah Hart Collin. Divine Alyssa Collins. Tiana Cooper. Sage Lee Cody. Samuel Gordon Crunden. Gabriela Sofia de los Reyes. Nakai Nashawn DeLeese. Colby Evan DeMeda. Avery Shauna Dickens. Alexis Marie DeMeo. Allison Elizabeth Daubert. Addison Gemetro Earl. Jackson McLean Elrod. Micaela Gabriela Esquivel. Catherine Laurel Feely. Zoe Catherine Fettridge. Rayana Grace Louise Fevrier. Colton Scott Fillmore. Cayman S. Flint. Garrett Reed Gallion. Carolina Louise Gentile. Your hand. Carolina, put your hand up. Michael Vincent Gervasio. Patrick James Gilton. Jordan X. Goikachea. Madison Ann Grillo. Nathan Richard Griswold. Caroline Helena Hall. Angela M. Harris. India M. Houghton. Ajan Dion Headley. Claire Margaret Ryan Heinze. Aiden Joseph Hennebree. Eleanor Pearl Hernsdorf. Ryan Marshall Hughes. Emily Rachel Ivanoff. Anouk Alana Shanine Jansen. Mackenzie May Jansky. Andrew James Jennings. Grace Margaret Jennings. Trevor James Johnson. Sophia Nicole Karabetsos. Zoe Ann Kelly. Sadie Noel Kennedy. Thomas Liam Kennedy. Alexander Theodore Goralski Kerr. Audrey Hall Kruger. Madison Lynn Krupa. Riley Josephine Kester. Asher Michael Lakota. Brody Lee Landhier. Sequoia Monet Leggett. Nicholas P. Lombardo. Tyler B. Lyman. Cyril Lynham. Kylie A. Mathis. Cole Timothy Max. Timothy Lloyd May Jr. Gracie Ann McDonald. Nadia Ann McGee. Olivia Ann McGovern. Andrew Bryce Meyer. Gunnar Metcalf. Connor Myers. Michaela Rose Munson. Aiden P. Murray. Eric William Myers Jr. Sarah Nicole Newman. Jessica Ivana Novotny. Zoe Caprice Nuzzo. Griffin Christopher Perro. Mahen Patel. Kyle John Pavlik. Ryan Patrick Pelletier. Gabriella Letitia Pepe. Zoe May Perkins. Reese Victoria Posson. Lauren Danielle Sutka. Lucas James Ranikar. Benjamin Howard Raymond. Emily Rickus. Riley. Jada Nicole Roberts. And Scott J. Roberts. Brian Patrick Rooney. Iris Maribel Rooney. Mason Lee Rubin. Ava Louise Ryan. Chloe Rhiannon Samalas. Olivia Grace Samalas. Trey Anthony Santasier. Lucas Paul Scotto. Willow Scoville. Julian William Seidman. Gavin Shahan. Linnea Nadia Sigmund. Thomas William Sigmund. Scotland Fitzgerald Simpson. Sid Smith. John Townsend Sotilli. Jackson John Kennard Steele. Samantha V. Rose Steele. Logan Lavelle Alexander Stevenson. Rachel Lillian Stratton. Ludovico John Torillo. Alexa Watson. Benjamin Matthew Weber. Brett Weber. Brady G. Wimble. Kian Avonlea Woods. Jenna Marie Ziskin. Jack T. Zizdorf.
Woo! At this time, Alyssa Makowski, Grace Evangelista, Chase Alexander, Charles Orluck, Patrick Liss, and Brandon Klein will come forward to direct the entire class to move their tassels from their right side to the left side of their mortarboard, symbolizing their graduation from high school and the hope of the upcoming senior class. Would the class of 2024 please stand? But wait till they get up here. Oh. Go. It's gonna take him a minute. No, I know. Okay. We have one more step. We are now at the end of our commencement we have the honor of having Mr. Steve Moore marshal out our 2024 graduates with his ceremonial bagpipes. We kindly ask that the rest of our gathered audience please remain seated until all of the graduates have exited the aisles. Thank you. Good job, Vic.
We'll have a cart when we're done. There's a cart back there.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. I hear you on that. This is the year of the single file line.
This was the year of the single file line.
This is the year of the single file line.
So Julie's last graduation and Sherry's first graduation.
Hey!
It couldn't have been like that's perfect. The weather, the kids were awesome.
They were really well behaved. Very well behaved.
They are such good kids.
They are great kids. They're great kids. Yeah.
I'm actually like, I got to know a lot of them.
You did get to know a lot.
Yeah. And you
really
know
good.
some
You could
from
tell that
hockey
from
too.
So
Yeah.
I know a few. I
Like
know
Ryan
Hughes.
Hughes,
I've known since he was
Yeah.
younger, but he's
Yeah.
not really friends with my son. But I just know him.
Yeah,
during-
yeah.
But every time I would go into one of his classes, I would always say,
Yeah.
Like I was like getting them. I'm like, oh, I did get because I was feeling like, oh, I didn't get to know them very long, but I got to know them.
Yeah.
And
You came
Gabby,
to a lot of things.
she's so sweet. She was. I got to know her, and then
Yeah,
she works at
Gabby
TJ.
Pepe?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
works at
Oh,
TJ
I love
Maxx.
Gabby Pepe.
Yeah.
I'm always at TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
So she and I are always
She's a
chatting.
good kid.
Yeah,
Really good
yeah,
kid.
yeah. I really like her.